Oops. Shoot. That's okay. I'll fix it afterwards. It's not set up for public. I'll do that after.
Oh.
Hi, everybody. I'm sure you're hearing me talk. I love technology. It always jumps on a few seconds before I'm ready. Welcome to another fabulous interview with another amazing woman that embodies the successful woman's mindset. My name is Galit Ventura Rozen. I am a business performance expert, author, and professional speaker. I'm excited to have Amy Coates here from Wisconsin. She's a little bit cold, if you could see the way that we're both dressed differently today. West Coast, East Coast. Welcome, Amy. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here.
I saw her in her turtleneck, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I'm in short sleeves. She's in a turtleneck. We might as well poke fun at it, because why the heck not? It's fun to speak to women in different weathers and in different parts of the country as well as out of the country. Sometimes I'm speaking to women when it's morning here and night there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've experienced that. Well, let me tell you all a little bit about Amy. Amy is the founder of 2 Week Notice Society, and she helps corporate women get their online businesses up and running so they can leave their 9-to-5 and be the woman they dream of becoming, which I love your title, Corporate Exit Strategist. I told Amy at the beginning, being someone that's really focused on branding with my clients, that is so clear to what you do.
I know. It took a while to come up with that, but I love it. And I think it really helps to obviously define who I work with, but also to set me apart. I'm not just a business coach, right?
Yes. And I love that. And I know as someone that is a business coach, we each focus in different niches. I don't work with women that are leaving their corporate. I work with women that already have established businesses and are ready to go to the next level. And so it's fun to kind of find all of these titles. Yeah. Well, what do you do? I'm a business performance expert. Okay, they know, all right, she's going to make sure I perform. Oh, heck yeah. Amy's like, oh, I'm going to make sure you leave that job and I'm going to show you how. So it's nice and clear.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I love it. And I get so many compliments on it too. So I'm glad that it finally clicked and now it makes sense and people know what I do.
It's because you're so aligned with it, I'm sure. Absolutely. Well, Amy, tell us what, in your words, the successful woman's mindset means to you.
Sure. I think definitely first believing in my vision and the impact that I want to make to those women who are in their corporate jobs and want to leave. Mm-hmm. Even on those hard days that we all have, sometimes I think I have to revert back to that vision and that mission and the impact that I'm trying to make. I think also that believing that there is no failure, really. And I really try, and this has been a learning curve for me, but I've been disappointed in failures, but I've had to kind of look at them as collecting data on how I need to move forward and what I did right, maybe what I did wrong, and how I can, in course, correct. And then along with that, I think also comes being confident in my own skin and maybe challenging what's, I don't want to say popular, but what's a common belief, because the common belief is that you should have a corporate job, right? And so I have to be confident that what I'm doing and what I'm helping others do, that we stay focused and that is okay, and that people may not agree with us, but we have to, keep moving forward with what we believe in. So
I love that.
Kind of broad, but that's really.
No, I think that it could have so many meanings, and you could probably sit here for an hour and just talk about what it means. And it's fun to kind of get people to go, all right, I'm going to shorten this up, but I could really talk about this for an hour. And for sake of time, because we want people to watch, we try not to make it an hour, right, Amy? At the end of the day, we usually lose people. But I think for me, what stood out from the definition that you used was it's not really a failure. It's not really a mistake. It's just kind of part of it. I love that. I talk in my book about Walt Disney and different famous people that have, if they didn't keep going, he failed 311 times before he was able to start up the Disney studios. And that was like 312th time. So if he would have stopped at 311, we wouldn't have Disney World and Disneyland and Disney Productions. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't even know what I would have done with my kids when they were little. And until today, right? I think that that's such a big part of the successful woman's mindset, is recognizing that it's part of the path, part of the way to success. If you have figured out a way not to fail once in your life, please message me, because I have not met one person yet that has had that type of success. Right. And I also love to say that the failures show us what the success is. So if I don't fail, I don't know what I'm succeeding in, or better yet, let me reword that. I don't know which parts of that are success. So fail, that didn't work, let me try again. Oh wait, this did work. Mm-hmm. Don't you find that as well?
Absolutely, yeah. And it gives you it gives you a guideline then on what you can do even better. And then, you'll be so grateful for that. And I think with the people that I work with, they're so afraid of failure that it keeps them from moving forward. It keeps them from even trying, because they're so scared of doing that, but they'll never know if they don't try. And
that comfort zone, that place of comfort, it really is the word comfortable. Right. And it's a place where people can get so stuck and they don't realize the fabulousness on the other side of discomfort. And I always make sure, and in my book I talk about this a lot, there's a chapter called She Gets Comfortable with the Uncomfortable. And I talk about, and I'm not talking about dangerous situations, I'm not talking about walking down that alley at night and your gut's telling you something, please listen. I'm talking about the uncomfortable related to these life decisions that can make such a positive impact, things that you want. And Amy helps people figure out, wait, I'm comfortable in this check I get every week or every other week. I'm comfortable knowing I go to the same job every day, but something's missing. Something I'm not happy with. And that's the piece we're talking about. That's the piece I'm talking about. When you make that little step, and sometimes it's just a tiny little step. Don't you see that, Amy, like this domino effect? They make one little decision and then everything's possible.
And I think in our minds, we make it much bigger than it is sometimes. And I think someone, I don't remember who it was, but said that fear is really predicting the future, because you're not there. So you don't really even know what it's going to be like, right? And so like for the longest time, I was really scared to do Facebook Lives. I was for no reason, really. What was the worst that was I can delete it, just even something like that. But I was scared of something that was unknown, really.
And it's normal. It's human nature. There's something in that when you accept the fact that as humans, as emotional creatures, as creatures that feel, we are built to have fear. We are built to not enjoy the uncomfortable. That's why we get heart beatings out of our chest. That's why we get sweaty palms. That's why there's times where we get shortness of breath. There's a reason that's put there for that fight or flight. And I talk about that too. The fight or flight is important. Please listen. But when you start exploring oh wait, that feeling does go away once I try, or maybe try again, or try 10 times. There's an amazing, magical thing that happens to you as a human being where you get excited for that uncomfortableness. Have you experienced that before, Amy?
Absolutely. And while you were talking, I wanted to mention that when I'm working with people, I have to tell, or even just like in my Facebook group, I mention that the fear does not go away. Nope. Just because you take that leap or you do the fearful thing doesn't mean, oh, you're fear-free now. It just you learn how, just like you said, to kind of deal with it and to adapt to it, and how you can see it coming and how you embrace it in a different way. But it definitely doesn't go away.
Yes, I give 5 steps in my book on how to overcome fear. And sometimes I don't like to use the word overcome. I like to use the word live with fear, because it'll just, every time you try something new, just get used to it, guys. Every time you try something new or you're doing something out of your norm, the fear shows up. It's not about getting to a place where you don't have fear. It's about recognizing and learning the steps to get through the fear and then enjoy the outcome. So Amy, for you, how do you personally embody the successful woman's mindset? And I know you've shared a little bit, but how do you help your clients embody that?
I think definitely working through the steps and giving them kind of a roadmap. So it's just taking, like you mentioned earlier, those little steps. So it's not just one big leap. But I also think personal development, even like your 5 steps that you mentioned in your book, anything like that that you can add to your daily routine. I have a morning routine that I do and that I encourage my clients to do as well. But adding personal development, when I was in my corporate job, I never knew how much personal development I needed or would need. But that has really helped me to build a mindset. And I think it's a muscle that we have to, just like working out, it's something that you have to constantly be adding.
Consistently, right? You must. If anybody watching thinks you just wake up in the morning and you're there and then you never have to work at it again, oh, you're so mistaken. Sometimes people look at you, at women such as yourself and I, Amy, and they think, oh, they're successful, everything's easy. Oh, heck no. If you're anything like us and you're pushing to work on yourself consistently, and personal development is a daily occurrence. What Amy said, most entrepreneurs are actually going and doing what she said, waking up every morning and having a routine that they follow consistently every single day. Every single day.
And I think also investing in, and I'm sure you do this as well, investing in myself unapologetically, like not even, I'm not saying like throw your money away, but just being okay with that knowing that you have to be able to do that confidently. I've always been very adamant when I've entered the online space to align myself with people that are ahead of me or who have done what I want to do, because they're paving the way and I want to know what they're doing, and I want to be on their, or in their following, because I want to align myself with those high-tiered people.
And they're out there. It's so important for anyone watching to understand. The typical answer I get when I say, are you ready to whatever it might be, is I don't know how. Well, you know what? Stop using that as an excuse, because there are so many people out there that know how. And what Amy's talking about is finding those people that know how, finding those people that you align with. And one of the homework assignments I give my clients is find 5 people. Find 5 people that embody what you hope to embody. Not because I want you to be them, not because I want you to be exactly like them. I have a chapter in my book about Oprah. It's so much fun. I'm going to read you the title real quick because I just forgot it, but it's called She Knows Oprah Status is Achievable. And one of the things I say in that chapter is, I'm not asking you to be Oprah. Guys, I'm asking you to be what you would like to be. And if you're interested in being at the level of Oprah, you can do it too. And I think that's what Amy's talking about. So Amy, within yourself, within your business, how do you help your clients embody the successful woman's mindset?
Sure. I have a 4-step framework that I have that really walks them through creating an escape plan. I feel like that's something that people kind of miss. They just want to take the leap, start their business, and everything will work out. But I actually have a financial background, so I am very big on creating a plan and then kind of working backwards. So figuring out, making sure that you have your business set up, the foundation, who you're going to serve, and your messaging, and then working backwards and making sure that we can replace that 9-to-5 income. So that's kind of a overview of the framework.
And I want to make this clear. I'm going to assume, because I'm sure Amy does this with her clients, it's called having a plan. It's not Amy tells you, hey, tomorrow quit your job. Oh, heck no. She used the word replace. Did you hear replace your income? We're not in a position, most of us, where we can just quit our jobs tomorrow. If you can't, good for you, go for it. But most of us are not. I haven't worked for somebody since I was 19, so I'm a little bit unique. But most people are not in that position to be able to quit their job tomorrow and just start their own business. And please know that in starting your own business also, it takes financial investment. The how, the tools, the marketing, it is what it is. So Amy works with her clients to set up a plan, 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, whatever it might look like, to finally be able to make that transition to being an entrepreneur. And I love that you do that, because you are like the stepping stone to what I do.
Yes.
Get them started. And then what I do is people find me, kind of what you said, they're going online saying, oh my gosh, look what she's doing. I want to do that too. And then they're already in business for themselves and they're just ready to go to that next level, which a lot of times it's corporate with me. They're ready to take it from, they still stay with the individual, but they're ready to go bigger. And I love that you're helping women make that transition, because that transition is a really scary one for a lot of people.
And I want to kind of eliminate that fear and that scary part of it by having a really solid plan. Because I think from my financial background, I can kind of see the picture. But when you're in it, I mean, I was there, I understand.
Yeah.
It's like, how is this going to work? How am I going to make this happen? Everyone else seems to make it look really easy. Am I going to have to work 1,000,000 hours and not see my family for 6 months so that I can make this work? And that's not what I teach or encourage people to do. I really encourage you to build your side hustle without working 1,000,000 hours a week and starting to really not like your business then, right? And then having a plan where you really feel confident to give your 2-week notice and you have a successful side business running for you.
Yeah, process, systems, logical steps, as well as any type of the mindset that shows up, working through it. There's a support system there when you work with somebody like Amy. And it's so important to recognize that if you're not ready to invest in yourself to get to that level, then stay comfortable, stay in your job. There's nothing wrong with it. We are not knocking that. Not everyone will be an entrepreneur. That's okay. But if it's something you've always wanted, please know that it's possible. Please know that it's possible. I don't care if you're 20 or you're 50 or 60. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have an age. I've had clients, Amy, that have been 27 and 70. And and anywhere in between. And I love that because it's not an age. It's too late. Haven't you seen that with yours as well, with your clients?
Absolutely, yes. And I love it. I love that, people have felt like they've kind of done their time in corporate, or they've just served that time, and now they're ready for that next step to really do something that fulfills them and to allows them to live their dream rather than someone else's. And so I love it when people get excited about that and are ready to take that next step.
I'm sure you've read it, and I've seen it a million times, the stop building other people's dreams and start building your own. And I love that because it's so relevant to someone that has that desire inside them, that has that pull that's saying, I want more for myself. I myself became an entrepreneur at such a young age because I wanted a family and I wanted to build my life around them. And so being an entrepreneur at 21, 22 and having my first child at 24, which was quite young, gave me the opportunity to have that flexibility. Now, everybody watching, everyone has a different reason. Some people want freedom. Some people want to just do what they love. Some people want to be able to work and travel. Whatever it looks like for you, it is possible. I think that having a son that just graduated college in June and entered the workforce, one of our conversations was with, Mom, I don't know, do I really want to work for someone else? And I said, well, you do know you have a choice, right? And a lot of people don't think they have a choice because it's just society. You get out of college, you go work for somebody, which by the way is great because you get great experience, but it's not something you have to do. Amy, will you tell everybody what the free gift is you're offering them today to get them on their way?
Sure. I have a free course. That's a 5-day course that people can enroll in, and it really starts to take you through those first steps in getting more aware of what you need to do to start building your life of freedom and to build that side hustle so you can start to replace your 9 to 5.
And what is the course called?
It's leave your 9 to 5 in 5 days or less.
I know, I caught you on the spot. You're like, what's it called? And how do they access this free course?
What's that?
How do they access it?
It's bit.ly/TWNS-course.
Okay, so what we'll do, guys, is we'll put the link below. If you're watching this live, it'll be right below. If you're watching it in replay, we'll have a link for you as well, because it's a little bit of a more difficult link to remember, and I don't want you to worry about that. So Amy, thank you so much. Anybody that wants to learn more about Amy, please find her through social media. Please connect with her. Try out her free course. It sounds like a great stepping stone to finding your way to leaving the 9-to-5. I thank you for joining me, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Stay warm in Wisconsin.
I know.
I'm cold just looking at you. I get so cold so easily. I love my desert because of that. Thank you so much for joining me. We have a few more interviews today that we're excited about. We'll be on for the next few Mondays, so make sure you check us out. I've got amazing women. I've interviewed probably about 15. I've got another, gosh, at least 9 or 10 left. So I'm excited about that. My name is Galit Ventura Rozen. You can learn more about my book, The Successful Woman's Mindset, at thesuccessfulwomansmindset.com. Thank you for joining us. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.